So thinking a little bit more about this structure of proteins and the way that they sometimes corkscrew or the way they sometimes fold. If you think about why wet hair is easier to style than dry hair, it all goes back to those hydrogen bonds. Just like we talked about on Tuesday about the hydrogen bonds holding the water together. If you take your wet hair and you're putting it in a flat iron, or you're putting it around a curling iron, or maybe if you're guys, you're not really thinking about that. But if you look at wet hair versus dry hair, it's very easy to change the shape of it, and you see all that steam coming off of your flat iron or off of your curling iron, and that's because of the breaking of those hydrogen bonds. And so looking at why people have curly hair versus why people have straight hair. Straight hair is just a different form of protein. The protein is keratin that's found in your hair. And it has a different shape when you have naturally straight hair, not if you flat iron it to make it straight, but what your hair actually does. And some of us may not remember anymore because it's been a long time since our hair has been like it's supposed to be. But if you have curly hair, if you think back to those structures, it's just a different shape to the proteins, to the keratin. And so it's going to build you in whatever form it dictates. And so the next thing that we're going to get into, and that you're going to do in your lab, not this week, or not next week, but the week after that, we're going to be looking at enzymes. And enzymes is something that I think students don't really think about because enzymes isn't something we really deal with every day. But enzymes are proteins that initiate and speed up chemical reactions. One of the things that's vital about enzymes is that if you didn't have enzymes in your stomach, you wouldn't be able to break down your food fast enough to actually get the energy from it. And so enzymes are actually vital to you being able to be alive. They facilitate chemical reactions. So facilitate means that they make them easier. Your body has metabolism, and your metabolism is dictated by your enzymes. And so enzymes bring about these chemical reactions in a variety of ways. The enzyme lactase breaks down milk sugar lactose. So if any of you are lactose intolerant, you can take Lactaid, which helps to break apart the milk sugars in order for you to be able to digest the milk. For some people, milk is not something that they can tolerate at all. And the reason for that is that you have receptors within your body that are taking in these sugars that you're getting, in this case from milk. Milk has a particular shape to its to what's called its substrate, and it fits into these sites that help the chemical reaction be able to take place. And so if you are lactose intolerant, then you may not have the active site and it be able to fit into that active site. So you wouldn't be able to digest milk sugars, and that in turn you wouldn't be getting your energy from them, and they can make you sick. So it's basically like a lock and key. The one that I think about the most, the one that affects me the most, is insulin. And in order to get my my sugar that I need from my diet, because I'm diabetic, if I don't take insulin supplemented as a shot, then I wouldn't be able to digest my sugars. My cells wouldn't be able to get the energy that I need from sugar. And once your cells start losing that energy, you start to become sluggish, and then your body can actually start to not be able to function anymore, because if you're not getting any sugar and you don't have any energy, then things like your heart wouldn't be able to beat, you wouldn't be able to breathe. And so being able to get those sugars is very important to you and to me. So here we see that, like a lock and key, we have the lactose fitting into the active site. So these two simple sugars are then being broken apart, and that breaking of the bond is releasing that energy. And so I thought I had a better picture of that on here.